We are retiring my husband to become a stay-at-home dad. This is what I'm calling the FIRE flip. In the last video, I shared with you how we are planning our FIRE journey to financial independence and retire early with me being a stay-at-home mom, and now we're getting ready to do our flip. So today our plan to flip this and retire my husband so that he could become a stay-at-home dad is the topic of today's video. So, hi, I'm Rebecca. My husband is Lib. I keep pointing over here because eventually he'll show up here. So he joins me from time to time, and we are about 5 years in on our FIRE journey. We have about 10 years to go. Our plan is to retire in our 50s, sell everything when our kid goes off to college, and slow travel the world. And the plan is to share all of that with you here on this channel. The good, the bad, the ugly, all the planning that goes into it, everything we're working on, we want to share it with you. So like I said, today's video I think is kind of interesting because I haven't really quite heard about this. Maybe I've missed it. Let me know in the comments if someone else is doing something like this. But in the last video, I provided 13 tips and considerations in our backstory about how we were able to still work on our FIRE journey and likely complete our FIRE journey with me being a stay-at-home mom. And, you know, over the last 9 years, our son is 9, I've done all the things that a good mom should do. I cared for my son. I did the tummy times. I did the nap times. We went to the park. We went to the little toddler gyms. I have taught him his ABCs and his shapes and his colors and played peekaboo. I got him off to school. Of course, I still help him with his homework. I joined the PTA and I'm super active in the school. On top of that, I do, I would say, a mediocre job of all things domestic in the home, like cooking and cleaning and keeping tabs on things. But while raising a son, I also raised a business, a little online small business from nothing and just an idea into a 6-figure business. So I've done all of this, and while that's happened, my husband has gone off every day like a good husband to do and a good father to do, and has gone off to work and made the bulk of the money that pays for our lifestyle. And he's a great dad. He plays with our son. He does baseball with him. They play catch. They go to the arcade. They do lots of things together, and he's been a great dad. But soon, this little boy is going to become a man. And I'm snoozing that. What we really hope is that at this point, my husband will have more time to spend with him. So right now, when he comes home from work, he's tired. He's not going to play baseball every single day. He doesn't have the availability to coach the baseball team and for them to do travel baseball. The chores that he wants to show my son around the house, like how to change an air filter and how to blah, blah, blah with the car. They can't always do those things together because my husband's getting those chores done and my son is at school. And then when my son's not in school, my husband's at work because he's in real estate and they're odd kind of schedules. So we've really kind of like looked at all of this and said, can we do what we're calling the FIRE flip? And I'm just referring to my notes so I don't forget anything. Like, what if we could switch places? My early child rearing tasks are about done, but my husband's man-making tasks are just about to begin as our little guy, heads into double digits and pretty soon adolescence and then teenager Dumbville, I'm not sure. So can I go from a stay-at-home mom to, let's say, a work-from-home mom and primarily work? And can my husband go from a working dad to a stay-at-home dad? Can we go from a household that is stay-at-home mom to stay-at-home dad? And so this is what we're working to see if is possible. So like I said earlier, we're 5 years into our FIRE journey. We have 10 years to go. And that would actually be when our son is heading off to college. So we're actually actively trying to see if our original FIRE plan can be compressed so that we can get there even earlier and basically free up my husband to retire and stop working, become this stay-at-home dad, and be around for, let's say, the high school years for our son, which wasn't in the initial plan. If we got it done even earlier, maybe he'd be around for the middle school years, which is a lot earlier than our original plan. What impact would this have on our son as well as our family? You know, truly, I wish that we could have done this flip sooner. I wish we had thought about it earlier, because I'll tell you, I am a lousy cook and my husband is a great cook, and he actually likes doing it, where I kind of joke. I say that he cooks with, you know, love and joy, and I cook with anxiety and frustration. So, you know, it would make things a lot more harmonious sometimes in the house if one parent did the things that they are more suited to do, and the other parent did the things that they are more suited to do, instead of the opposite. You know, I'm the workaholic. I enjoy working. I love figuring things out. I love trying new things. I love working at something till I get it just right. I love those labors of love. So for me, I love working and I do it all the time. But I can't, because I have all of these home responsibilities. And my husband, you know, would love to just put on a podcast or put on some 80s music and like cook all the live long day and do all the chores around the house. And he really doesn't want to go to work. Like, he has no desire to go to work. Now, we're lucky in that he's made a lot of money. Like I said, we're high earners. He's in real estate. And so he does do it, of course. And, you know, he goes and he's very good at his job. But does he love it? You know, is he the kind of person that would ever choose work over something else? No. Whereas I might. I might choose work over something else. So we're just different in that way. And now that we've kind of amassed a certain amount of money, and now that we've made it a certain amount toward our FIRE journey, we're kind of looking at this and saying, is there a way that we can turn it on its head and flip it? So what would that look like? It would look like he would potentially, if we can make this work, you know, exit from his role. If that were to happen, he would be more home and take on more of the home duties. And then I, instead of working only so much, because I have all of these home duties, you know, I have to do drop off, I have to do pickup, I have to do the PTA things, I have to do the homework stuff, I have to make the dinner, I have to go grocery shopping for all the dinners, do his dry cleaning, you know, I do all the household errands. So if hours of that were taken off of my plate, allowing me to work in my business more, could I take my business from a six-figure business, a $100,000 and $200,000 business, to a $300,000 or $400,000 business? And how much more salary would I get from that? So we're still working through this. This is still something that we are attempting, considering, working through. But the idea is something that I wanted to bring up here because, you know, I'm sure at some point I'll do mistakes that we've made along our FIRE journey. And I wonder if one of them is that we were in the wrong roles to begin with, you know? And so I put this out there because I want other people that are going through this kind of with us out there in the interwebs to just see what other possibilities there are. You know, one thing I've learned about becoming a person that is seeking, you know, FIRE is you get to do whatever you want. You know, like if you're not going to retire at 65 and you're going to have the audacity to say that you want to retire at 45 or 50 or whatever, why not then flip it on its head? Instead of having a stay-at-home mom, now we have a stay-at-home dad. Or instead of the person that hates to work, why don't we have the person that likes to work? And the person that hates to cook, why are they cooking? We should have the person that likes to cook. So again, this perhaps is just a ramble, but I do think that many people are waking up to possibilities. Many people are saying, we don't have to do it the same old way that everybody else did and that everybody expects us to do. We can design our life how it suits us. And the more I kind of do one thing like that, the more I see there's 10 other opportunities for me to buck the system and do what works for us that we never considered was a possibility. So I hope that this is helpful to you. Please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, because we've got lots more Very interesting, I think, ideas planned for our channel. And I promise my husband will show up eventually. We are coming up on a cruise. We're going to record some videos together, and then you'll eventually get introduced to him. And we just want to have a lot of fun with this channel. Please go ahead and say hi to us in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!